In a very similar vein to how the Jaguar F-Type is a superb all-round sports car because of so many different trims appealing to different kinds of driver, you can say the exact same thing, perhaps even more so when it comes to the XF. These, for example, are, as we've mentioned before, the single most economical versions of the XF that you can get from this generation. And of course, more specifically, being a 2015 car, this is not only a facelift XF, stunning looking cars to this day, certainly in this spec, a spec which we'll return to in a second and get into more, but also being that 2015 car, this is one of the very last examples before the complete redesign of the XF. And even if you didn't count the option of low deposit finance, which of course is still available on this car, this is already under a £9,000 machine, for what was of course well in excess of 40, in some cases nearly £50,000 depending on the optional extras and trim. This particular Polaris white example with jet black leather interior and gorgeous gunmetal grey wheels has covered 11,000 less miles than the average for one of these on the market at just 74,000. And of course, for a 2.2 litre diesel, it eats up those kind of miles and far, far beyond six figures, as so many on the market have. To go back to the point of its fuel economy, and of course a very nice cherry on the cake when it comes to road tax as well, because of how efficient it is, these can, believe it or not, average up to 54 miles per gallon, as high as 63 on a motorway run. That is legitimately better than some small hatchbacks. Except unlike many smaller city runabouts, here of course you have more space, a better level of kit, a more comfortable ride, certainly more badge panache, that's for sure, and even on the point of road tax, it still manages to undercut some smaller vehicles at £195 a year. Now when it comes to its condition, it's not only fantastic visually speaking, and certainly superb in terms of its mileage, it's only a two-keeper car from brand new, and its most recent owner has had it for 4 years, clearly loved the car. It's most recently been serviced barely 3,000 miles ago. It has plenty of receipts and paperwork to its name, including of course that history behind it, as well as its original owner's book pack, and of course 2 keys intact. For those who are perhaps less familiar with the XF though, you might be wondering what the R Sport name indicates. That's actually a combination of a couple of things in a general sense. Of course you have the fantastic interior spec, which we'll return to in just a second, but also visually. The primary difference is the more aggressive body styling, and if you park one of these R Sport trim models, regardless of its engine, next to a quote-unquote normal version of the XF, you really can see the difference. It's a more aggressive, more sporty sort of stance. In other words, it's a fantastic looking car in any form, but the R Sport makes it just that little bit, well, sportier. To return to its very extensive optional extras and ease of life accessories though, of course you have front and rear parking sensors with reverse camera as well. It's equipped with the winter comfort pack, the aforementioned adaptive headlights with xenons and LEDs of course, touchscreen display with Bluetooth and auxiliary inputs, built-in navigation, cruise control as you would safely assume for the motorway, it is where this car really comes into its own, dual zone climate control as well. And to return briefly to the point of that engine just one more time, not only is it fantastic on road tax and certainly fantastic for fuel economy, that's for sure, they're actually very good in terms of pulling power. 330 foot-pounds means that on the one hand you could easily, as so many do, use this as a shorter or long distance commuter, but you could just as easily use it as a holiday car or a towing vehicle if you wanted to. So of course if you are on the market for an XF already, perhaps the 2.2 with that super economical engine, then this is doubtless one of the loveliest examples on the market and certainly adds to the extensive list of fantastic XFs, overall our best sellers for sure in our collection. So of course if you would like to reach out regarding this car, you could send us an email to the address shown right here on screen, or give us a call on 01749 871155 or via our mobile number of 07482 267 439.